WEFM News online on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Ooh la la! It's time to shop new arrivals only at Quartz. Be the first to get great deals on our brand new selections of living and dining room sets, appliances and electronics, smart devices, and much more. Or get ready for Christmas and shop our brand new selection of holiday decorations and accessories. Plus, shop today and pay only $1,199 for a 20-inch Mave stove. Need a new mattress? Get our Sleep On It Queen mattress at only $899. And don't forget to stop by and grab a TCL 32-inch TV for as low as $1,149. No cash, no problem. Shop with Courts Ready Finance and pay nothing for 30 days. Shop in-store or online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Ooh la la. These are deals you don't want to miss. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I'm your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves will left the state on Sunday to attend the 77th United Nations General Assembly, which is taking place in New York City. The General Assembly is presenting an opportunity for world leaders to consider and debate how they can collectively solve the shared problems and create a more sustainable, more just future for all. Apart from the general debate, there will be a high-level meeting to mark the 30th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration on the Rights of Persons Belonging to the National or Ethnic, Religious, and Linguistic Minorities on September 21st. A high-level meeting to commemorate and promote the International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons will be held on September 26th. On Monday, September 19th, two high-level events convened by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the Transforming Education Summit and the Sustainable Development Goals Moment, will be held. Prime Minister Gonsalves is scheduled to address the General Assembly on Saturday, September 24th. This country's Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Susan Duggan, has attended the state funeral of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, which took place in London today, Monday, September 19th. Queen Elizabeth's funeral was one of the biggest security and logistical operations the United Kingdom has ever staged. The guest list for the service held at Westminster Abbey on Monday included about 500 foreign dignitaries. It is the first state funeral held in the UK since Winston Churchill's in 1965. Thousands of police officers from across the country were redeployed to London to manage the crowds. Queen Elizabeth II, the UK's longest-serving monarch, died on Thursday, September 8th at Balmoral, aged 96, after reigning for 70 years. Still on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, while speaking on radio last week, discussed plans for a new reparations committee. Prime Minister Gonsalves also made mention of the National Heroes Committee, saying that following the resignation and passing away of members on that committee, that new members will have to be appointed. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I want to have appointed a new reparations committee for the commission for the new period, the local one. Also, a couple of persons on the National Heroes Committee died. I think one had resigned earlier. So I want to set about that because we have some work there to do. So in addition to all the big projects and the social safety net and current things, there are other matters in sports, in culture, and things which touch our existential being we still have to be working on. And I know sometime not too long from now, the Anglican Synod in the West Indies would be meeting here. It's an important gathering.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Huge changes have been made to St. Vincent and the Grenadines' travel protocols. An official release from the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, announced the lifting of all COVID-19 related travel restrictions. As of September 18, 2022, St. Vincent and the Grenadines no longer requires air or sea passengers traveling from a foreign country to SVG to show a negative COVID-19 test before they board their flight or to have proof of quarantine arrangements. All COVID-19 related travel restrictions have been lifted, Nemo stated in their release. Nemo in the release goes on to thank all travelers who complied with the nation's travel protocols over the past 2 years, which were implemented to minimize the risk of importation and the subsequent transmission of COVID-19 and SVG. According to the Ministry of Health's COVID-19 update for Saturday, September 17th, 2022, there is one active case of COVID-19 and no patients admitted for COVID-19 care in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On to news in the region. As Barbados' tourist product faces fierce competition, the island's largest tourism body wants the removal of several COVID-19 restrictions, specifically mask wearing. Chairman of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, the BHTA, Renee Coppin, made the call during the 70th anniversary reception of the BHTA held under the theme Enhancing the Tourism Industry, Real Change at the Mount Gay Visitor Center on Friday, September 16th. We would primarily ask that the mandatory mask mandate be removed and that masks only be mandatory in high-risk settings. We would also like that the distinctions between vaccinated and unvaccinated travelers come to an end. In the face of a barrage of external threats, please give us the best chance to have our best winter, the BHTA chairman said. Coppin pointed out that the other islands in the region were speeding ahead with the removal of COVID-19 restrictions. She requested the government's decision to extend the Emergency Management Act and asked the question, when does this end? Trinidad and Tobago's Ministry of Education is pressing ahead with its plans to modernize teaching and learning with the development of an e-book platform. Over the next 5 years, 13 digital projects have been identified under the TNT's Ministry of Education's Digital Transformation Program 2022 to 2027. The program, which builds on the Ministry of Education's ICT in Education policy of 2018, has received cabinet approval. The projects, which are at varying stages of implementation, include school learning management systems, e-book platforms, literacy and numeracy adaptive learning platform, student management system, open education resources, national online open and innovative school, student digital literacy, human resource support, school issue management systems, SIMS, e-testing, quick response identification cards for students, device provision for staff, teachers, and students, and a scholarship and bursaries management platform. On the international scene, the Queen's lifelong sense of duty has been remembered in her state funeral service at Westminster Abbey. The Dean of Westminster, who led the service, expressed gratitude to a congregation of 2,000 people, including world leaders and royalty. King Charles III led a somber procession behind his mother's coffin from Westminster Hall to the Abbey. The Queen's coffin was driven to Windsor, where she was buried with her husband of more than 70 years. Once the procession arrived at the Windsor Castle, there was a smaller committal ceremony before a private service for the family later in the evening. As the Abbey came towards its end, the last post was played by the same musicians who performed it at the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral before the nation came to a standstill for 2 minutes silence. A piper then played a traditional lament before the king stood silently as the national anthem was sung. And finally, in sports, Lionel Messi scored the winner as Paris Saint-Germain beat Lyon to maintain their unbeaten start to League One and move 2 points clear at the top of the table. Messi found the net inside 5 minutes with a smart first-time finish after combining with Neymar, who made his 7th assist in the league this term. It was a 6th PSG goal in all competitions this season for Messi. Sergio Ramos also had the ball in the net late on, but he was offside following a Messi free kick. PSG now hold a 2-point lead over Marseille, who are also yet to lose a game this season. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WeFM's 3 p.m. News. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
This summer, go outside with a brand new AKT motorcycle. You can hit the road with an AKT bike for as low as $5,999. With the purchase of any AKT, you get a free True Rider chest bag plus a free tank of gas. It doesn't get any better than this. No cash, no problem. With Quartz Ready Finance, you pay $0 down and pay nothing for 60 days. Shop online at shopquartz.com or in store. This offer is good for a limited time only. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Out with the old, in with the new.